Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the 24/7. My name is Niharika Varya, and I am with you with the area of ABFM. Uh, and we were discussing the process of management, and I was discussing the area of FW Taylor, whatever principles he had given. How do we deal with those principles? That is what we have just completed. So, starting with the MCQs of the same. Okay, the first question says the principles of management do not provide ready-made straight-jacket solutions to all the management problems because the real situations are complex, the real situations are dynamic, the principles act as general guidelines or all of the above. Among the following, which states the basic scenario of the principles of management? Okay, when we talk about the principles of management, they are not a quick fix solution to anything, right? That's one of the basic things about these particular processes. They are never something which you can call, they are not the real. The real world is definitely having more complexities. Yes, it is true. Then again, it is way too dynamic. We cannot just apply any of the principles in a straight way, right? So in that case, all of the above is the correct answer. Moving on to the next point, it says, according to Taylor, even a small production activity like loading figures of iron into boxes can be scientifically planned and managed. This was basically a particular uh, this was a particular experiment to which Mr. F.W. Taylor did. F.W. Taylor did a particular experiment where he decided that even the basic working of keeping the basic working of loading up the pig iron into a particular vehicle can be done in a proper way. Basically, what they were doing was they were saying ki everything that can be done, everything that is being done in the organization can be planned, and that planning can be really helpful for the organization. So what he did was there's a method of doing everything. So he found a scientific method of loading of the pig iron, and he found that basically it was such a better way of doing it. That means there was one another experiment which he did, which was regarding uh, I think in this particular experiment only there was a particular data which came out that there were overall 18 motions which these people were doing, and they reduced it to 5. Same thing happened when he was also the making of a wall. Basically, laborers were making the wall, and then he told them there are two kinds of motions. Now, no, this was done in that particular experiment only. In that experiment of breaking the making of the wall, the laborers were making the wall, and they realized that he said that there are overall three kinds of motions. Let's reduce the numbers of motion. The number of motion were reduced from 18 to 5, and then the productivity increased. So this was basically his way of working, which was way too scientific when it came to the entire working. But the point is, how does this thing works? It says even a small production activity like loading figures of iron into boxes can be scientifically planned and managed. This can result in tremendous savings of human energy as well as wastage of time and material. Identify the principle of scientific management which they're talking about. Harmony, not discord, science of the rule of thumb, development of each and every personnel to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity, and none of the above. The correct answer is science or the rule of thumb. It's about science or the rule of thumb. That means there is no hit and trial. There is genuinely only pure work which they are dealing with. Now, the next question. According to Taylor, each specialist is to be assigned work according to his or her qualities of employees who possess technical mastery should be involved in planning work, whereas those with energy and good health may be assigned execution work. See, there are two kinds of people there. Technical people should be kept in the technical area. The people who are good in their physical work, they should be given the physical work. Name the related principles of scientific management they're talking about. Functional foremanship, science on the rule of thumb, development of each and every personnel to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity, or none of the above. Again, you will be given the work that you are good at. I'll be given the work that I am good at. There would be nothing like we'll be given anything randomly. So this particular point talks about so this particular point talks about the area of scientific working. See, it depends upon your and my potential as well. Now, if anyone among us has a higher aptitude, then what will we do? We can put that person into new work, because that particular person would be open to new learning and would be open to higher level of skills, right? So the learning curve of that particular person would be more. So why don't we do and we give the work to that particular person who's better in that particular ideology or working. So this is basically pure science, not the rule of thumb, because everybody has their own. Then you will find people who are good with physical work, right? So there might be people who are good with mental work. So whosoever is better with the mental work, we'll give them the administrative work. Those who are good with the physical work, we'll be giving them in the execution or production area, right? Then, which of the following statements that best defines the techniques of management? The techniques of management are best defined by among the following. Which one? It is set of guidelines to take decisions and actions. It is a procedure which involves series of steps to be taken. They are general rules of for behavior of individuals, or none of the above. Okay, which of the following statements best defines the techniques of management? When we talk about the techniques of management, they are best defined with the fact that, okay, if I have to look forward to it, the principles of management are basically guidelines. When we talk about the techniques are basically ways of doing the things, nothing else, right? Then the question says they are general rules of behavior for individuals. If we talk about the various techniques that they are coming up, they are not something that they are imposed on the people. They're not specific procedure. Do this and then do that, then do that. They are not defining it that way. So I cannot call it a procedure there. But yes, we can look forward to the point of it being a general rule, right? So we can say they are general rules for behavior of individuals. Next point. According to Taylor, each specialist is to be assigned work according to his or her qualities. The employees who possess technical mastery should be involved in planning work, whereas those with energy and good health may be assigned the execution work. Again, they have specifying about that. There might be people who are involved with the brain work, and there might be people who are involved with the physical work. So that is based upon which principle? Again, the same point is there. That is science, not the rule of thumb. Acha nahi, this is a similar point, but not the same. Correct. It says each specialist is to be assigned a specific work. It has to be development of his and each and every person to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity. It sounds very long, but it says that see, if I love to do one particular work and I'm good at it, so then that is something I should be given, and that way is something which will take out the best out of me, isn't it? So that is something that I should look forward to. Now that is what the development of each and every personnel to his or her greatest efficiency and prosperity talks about. That every person who is working, he should be given that work that is according to their capabilities. And this will see there that says that it is in terms of technical mastery, and then it is based upon assigned execution work. So when we talk about the assigned execution work, the work has already been given to them. So that means here the work which is given to you should be as per your potential. So automatically you will be thriving with that work. You will grow further now. Then identify the basic characteristics of management involved in the statement. The activities involved in managing an organization are common to all organizations, whether economic, social, or political. It is management is pervasive, it is continuous, it is multi-dimensional or group activity. When we talk about management, these are all the various features of management, as you can see, right? These are various features. So when we talk about the features of management, it states that these all these scenarios are defining the management. Pervasive means required at every level and in every organization. That's the correct answer there. Then it is continuous. Management doesn't end. At any point of time, if the management ends, then the entire work, or you can say the entire functioning of the organization will crash. Then multi-dimensional, we have multiple dimensions in terms of account management. Now we have management of people, We have management of people, management of work, and management of operations. In terms of the management, it is called multi-dimensional because it has these three dimensions. Number one, it manages the people. Number two, it manages the work. And then what's operations then? Work and operations are two different scenarios because work is related to the actual functioning. While when we talk about operations, this is the ancillary working which is required for work, right? That is something that we define as operations. And then it's a group activity. Indeed, humans cannot live in isolation. Then how can management work in isolation? Getting the work done through others. If you are getting the work done through others, how can you get it done if you are not working with them, right? Then that means you will have to sit down and work with them. This is something which will help the entire organization to grow further. That is, management is all pervasive. Okay, here comes the next question. It says that which of the following is a function of top level of management? Top level, we have done the pyramid structure along with the platform level, right? This is what we have discussed in the classes. That means ensuring quality of output, assigning necessary duties and responsibilities to the departments, taking responsibility for all the activities of the business and its impact in the society, ensuring that the safety standards are maintained within the organization. Which of the following is a function? Okay, so let's discuss that. Which of the following is a function of management? Top level is responsible for the assigning work. No, in terms of the quality of output, this is done by the labor there, right? The working is done by supervisors. Foreman does that work where he would review whatever the work is being done by the laborers is correct or not. The quality is not in the hands of the top level. If the top level is going in doing all these things, then when will they plan things? Right? Assigning necessary duties and responsibilities to their department. This is something which the middle level does. The middle level is responsible because middle level exactly knows which particular person is doing what. So when they know the working, they know the clear scenario of how the organization has been divided into different departments and which department is responsible for what. Then it becomes easier for them to execute that part. Then is taking responsibility for all the activities of the business and its impact on the society. Now, this seems to be something which they can do because they can take the responsibility, they can plan for the organization. They are only the brain of the organization. They are never executionists. They are the brain of the organization. The execution is done by either the middle level or the lower level. That means they ensure the safety standards. So in this case, taking the responsibility is basically their work because they're the brain or the head of the organization. Then, which of the following is a function? Okay, we are done with this question. It's a repetition. The objective of this technique of scientific management is to reduce given line or product to fixed type sizes and characteristics. Then, name the technique, method study, differential piece weight system, standardization and simplification of work or functional foremanship. Okay, so when we define the one that we are dealing with, see, if I produce these t-shirts, right? So if I'm producing t-shirts, random sizes are there. That means nobody can come up and repeat that particular t-shirt again because there is no specified size, right? So when we talk about this, the objective of this technique is basically to standardize and simplify work. If I set a standard that this is medium, this is large, and this is XL, then that is decided. Then we simplify the work. Simplify in what sense? Simplify means all those random sizes are eliminated altogether. So it becomes standardization and simplification of work. Okay, so there it is. This is where I end my session. But before I end my session, I hope you have reviewed our classes. Our CAIIB batch has already begun, and at the same time, our JAIIB batches have also started. And so, if you're looking forward to that, then kindly go ahead. And I think many of you would have just got your CAIIB, JAIIB certifications yesterday. So, congratulations for that. And before we move forward, if you're preparing for CAIIB now, so then this is the right time when you can start before time because ultimately it is important that we start our preparation before time, and at the same time when we are preparing, it's important that we are able to do it in a thorough manner, because if you do it in a random way and putting it into a hurry situation, it will never help. Because in the examination, if you get time for your test series, if you get time for your classes, if you get time to grasp everything, then only it becomes easier. Because right now, once they introduce the negative marking, that simply means that you'll have to assess what you have done and to what extent can you do, right? So you'll have to be very clear about that part. Only then it becomes very easy to look forward to it. So before we move on, these are all the batches that have come up. So you can review all the batches of CAIIB 2023 which we have started with. Number one is CAIIB new target batch, ABM plus BFM plus ABFM plus BRBL has already started. It has started on 23rd of December. Sorry, it would start from 23rd of December. Then in terms of the CAIIB new target batch, it would also, this was the first batch which has already started on December 9th. So this is the next batch which is coming up. And at the same time, the CAIIB new target batch which is already started. So there are overall three batches which are going on. The one is bilingual and the other one is English. And the second batch for bilingual is also coming up, right? So you can join that batch as well. And each and every subject is individually available to you as well. This is BFM, then ABM, then ABFM, then we have BRBL. So all these batches have already been introduced on our Play Store. You can look forward to any of our batches as per your requirement. All you need to do is you need to click on that specific batch that you're looking forward to. You can review the number of classes, the test series, and the ebooks. Then this is the study plan for each and every class, at what point of time each and every class would be held. And all you need to do is click on the area of buy now, use the code Y541 and you can apply it, and you will get it as 5519.77 at 77% discount if you go through the website. Or you can, if you have any coins left or you are doing it through app, you can get up to 78% of discount. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly hurry up. We'll be meeting in the next class at 7 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you, everyone.